Okay, let's implement a menu-driven program incrementally. So we will just build out one function at a time. So here is my sample run. I'll print the menu and then I'll let them choose an operation. And then I'll prompt them for 2 numbers and then I'll print the result of that operation, whatever they choose. And then I'll print the menu again and until they hit a 5. So I created a function getFloat because I'm going to allow them to enter decimal numbers. And here is my main function. I have a choice. That's the choice 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. And then I have 2 floats. I'll print the welcome message. So in my algorithm, I started at while. So I want to loop while choice is not equal to quit. Okay, in my program, quit is 5. So I set a constant quit to 5. And I'm going to keep looping while choice is not equal to 5. And what I'm going to do is I'll print the menu. And then I will get the choice, right? So choice will be assigned. And then I'll use that get integer. And I'll say... enter, what did I say? Enter an operation. Okay, and I'm doing my menu with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with integers, but you could do A, S, M, D, Q if you wanted, and you would need a function that would read in a car and return a car. So you could do the same thing with characters or integers. However you want to set up your menu is fine. So then I have the option, right? So I want to first prompt for those 2 numbers. So I'll say num1 is assigned getFloat, enter number 1, and then num2, the same thing, right? I have num1 and num2, and now I'm ready to process the options. So if the choice is equal to 1, and I really don't want to use a magic number, so I'm going to make a constant, and I'll call this addition. So if it's addition, what do I want to do? I want to call the addition function. So I'll call calc addition, and I'll pass it num1 and num2. Okay, and so this will do the addition. Else, if choice is equal to subtraction, I want to call a subtraction function. And I've created additional constants for the options to subtract, multiply, or divide. And so if the choice is multiply, I'll call a calc multiply. If it's divide, I'll call a calc divide. If they didn't enter a 1, 2, 3, 4, they must have entered a 5. So this will just go back up. This will be false, and then we'll hop out of the while loop, and then I'll print thank you for using my calculator program. Okay, so these are going to be just void functions. I'm just going to pass the information and have the function do its work. So I'm going to make those functions down here. And at the beginning, I want to just make sure that my program will compile and run. So I'm going to make these just dummy functions or stub functions, right? And I'm just going to print a message that I'm in the add function. And I noticed I accidentally put int here rather than float, so I'm going to go and change all of that. And then I need to add my function prototypes. And after I've written all my function prototypes, I'm ready to test my program just to make sure that the main function doesn't have any errors in it. Oh, and that is very unusual that it would compile the first time. Usually there's always some kind of error. And I do have enter an operation. So let's see. Whoops. New line, enter. So let me stop that. So calculate a program, enter a choice from the menu to perform the calculation. So I'll enter a 1, 3, and 4. I'm in the add. So then 2, 3, and 4. I'm in the subtract. Let me try 3, 4, and 5. Multiply. And then 4, 4, and 5 again. Oops, I'm in the add. So let me make sure. Oops, I forgot to change the message. So I want to make sure that says divide. And then I'll stop this and I'll run this. I'll choose 4 again. I'm in the divide and then I'll choose quit. Whoops. That's not how I want that to work. If they enter a quit, I don't want them to prompt for a number. So let's see what I can do about that. So I'll print the menu and then so I'm going to have to add another if. If the choice is not equal to quit, then I want to go ahead and prompt for those two numbers. I'll tab that in like that. If the choice is not equal to quit, then I'm going to go ahead and prompt for the two floats, and then I'll determine which function to run. So let's run that again. So if I do a 1, it's going to prompt, but if I do a 5, it'll skip this, and then it'll, thank you for using my calculator program. Okay, so that's what you need to do when you write your menu-driven program. You need to get this loop working in main, and then just add dummy function calls for each of your choices, and then go back one at a time and add the code for that function. So instead of this, I'm going to say num1 plus num2 is equal to num1 plus num2. So I'll run that, enter an operation, 3 and 4, 3 plus 4 is 7. Okay, so I have that working, and then I'll go and I'll do the next one and the next one. So I will put a link to this replit, and I'd like you to open it, make a copy, and then go ahead and implement the other choices, and then maybe make one of your own. Maybe you want to make a modulus calculation, and just try that.